Test, test, test.
I'm
I
here.
hear ya.
Yeah, I'm here. Just food.
Yep, hear ya.
All right, let me see. I got a camera going. I don't know if anyone could see that, but that camera's going. Very bright. Let me see. How the heck do I make this? Oh, show player list. That's what it was. Okay. Let's see if I could do this quick. View player avatar. Yes. Patrick. Block user video. All right, there's his. Then they disappear. What's up with that? Why did it do that? I blocked his video so it would show his icon, and then all the cameras disappeared except mine. Do I have to refresh, maybe? That's retarded. That's stupid. So yeah, I'm going to run it from one laptop this time. Simplify things for myself, and I'll probably do that next time. Sometimes I end up getting so preoccupied with the prep of the game in terms of the setup, not the scenario and the game rules, not that, but the actual game on Foundry, that it just screws it all up. We spend more time fiddling with this.
Yeah, the technical aspect of it all.
Yeah, I'm trying to do
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, I've fallen into that trap before too, and it's very frustrating.
Mm-hmm. All right, now I've got his picture showing, Farley Tell. So I basically have to refresh anytime I do that then. Thozar, do you have your camera on or not? I'm just seeing black.
The camera itself is off, but there should be an icon picture. I updated that so my character would appear if I have the camera off.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Huh.
But if I go to your camera and click block user video, it will show the icon.
That's weird.
So let me do that. Yeah, now I can see it. And then they disappear, and then I got to refresh. But it'll show up now. So I got that figured out. It's easy to get all caught up doing this, trying to make it right and figure it out at the same time as run the game. But, you know, your game just ends up being a little bit shoddy. I'm not happy with my gameplay today, as you can tell. But how about you guys? You having fun, at least a little bit?
Yeah, it's getting used to the technology. That's the biggest issue.
All right, so Patrick, Devar, everybody should have a picture now. Let's see. The only people I see in the game is myself, Patrick, Devar, and Thozar. Correct?
That's who I'm seeing.
And in the stream, I see Davram, Devar, me, Byron, Patrick, Thozar. Where's Davram? There he is. Byron, are you there? Over on Discord, are you there? Patrick, you there?
Yeah.
You are. Can always count on Patrick. Let me go message Byron. Real quick. Byron. What does he say here? Byron. I couldn't stay awake. I muted my mic and had to go to lay down. I'll try to keep listening in. Okay. Okay, my friend. All right. All right, let's see what we can do now. Is everybody back? Patrick, Devar, those are Davram. Who's with me?
I'm here, Davin.
I don't see you in the game, though.
You might need a refresh. Jed, you might need a refresh.
Okay, refreshing.
Next session, we'll start this up as easy as possible so we don't have to go through this again and just get into the game. This was more of an experiment session, I think, because of the cameras more than anything. Yes, Walter de Katze? What would you like? I gotta get my coffee. All right, I gotta let that load, and then we will begin. Patrick, prepare yourself. You're next. What is Farleytail up to? This cackling madman down the hallway.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, let me grab my coffee. Be right back.
Usually everything goes silent. If I was going insane. Hmm.
I don't think Roxalt has a picture here. That's what that problem is. Let me set you up. You don't have a... No, you don't. Let me get your picture up. I get that. We're all set. Devar. Where are you? Devar. Doom. Roxalt? Roxalt. That's what I need. The portrait is named Roxalt, not Devar, for some reason. Davrim, are you keeping your camera off?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Excellent. All right, folks, prepare thyself. We're going into part 2, or what's left of part 1. We're going to get things rolling here and clear up a few things as we get to the next stage. As far as Dreskin is concerned, he's kind of in the background at the moment because his player isn't here to play him. We'll just assume he's there, and I'll run him for the most part as needed. So not an issue. Other than that, we've got Byron, who has mysteriously found himself contained within a jar set upon a shelf in a closet somewhere, so it seems, by a giant. Who's to say what that's all about? In the meantime, we have Farley Tell, elven mage, elven wizard, who woke up to find himself in a locked chamber, perhaps 30 foot square, with but a table and a candle, which he now holds in his hand, investigating his little jail cell, as it were. The door is barred, no latch to get out or open or close. Peering through the hole, the portal in the door, he sees nothing but a 10-foot wide cavern, which looks like other door cells, or cells to other doors to other cells. No idea why or what's going on. He's got all his equipment, his staff, everything at hand, as well as the candle. And some cackling madman off in the darkness, laughing at him. Who knows what that's all about? In the meantime, we've got the companions, or not the companions, the Brave Fellowship, as I like to refer to them as. Who have just made their way from Otari, battling against creatures of the woods, making their way to the fog fen, there at the gates of the Gauntlight ruins. There they found their new friend, a fellowship member by the name of Devar. A ranger, I would guess. Definitely half-elven. He's got little ears instead of the big ones. He must be a half-elf. And he has joined forces with them, so they're now a fellowship of 4. A pair of half-orcs, a half-elf, and a human. Banging on the gates to the Gauntlight. And they also defeated a slurk. Google that. All right, you finished the creature. You've managed to salvage an arrow, and you found that body on the opposite side of the little pond here. Is everybody good? Are we all ready? We'll jump right into this.
Roger.
Okay. Now, Devar, and somebody was joining you. I think it was Dreskin or somebody.
No, it's me. So me and Devar.
All right, you and Devar. You head across. You can easily navigate across this shallow water at a narrow point, and you get across to the other side. Again, there's lots of tangly brush all along the sides, but here, where Devar manages to salvage one of his arrows, so add an arrow to your supplies there, you do see what looks like a half-decayed body. It's about maybe 3 foot tall. A scaly-looking humanoid.
Scaly looking. Okay.
Yeah, I'll let
is it-
anybody who wants go ahead and make a nature check. This is a... What are we doing here? We're doing a recall knowledge nature check. If you want to try and identify this beastie,
Okay.
go ahead. Whoever, the two of you can both make this roll if you want.
I'll leave it to him. I don't think I have nature.
Devar,
That's
or I can barely hear you. Davram.
it's 25, but sorry.
Okay. Davram, are you rolling?
No, I don't have anything in that.
Devar, you definitely recognize this creature. In fact, you've seen some of these creatures before in the woods surrounding Otari recently. Some are red, some are blue, some are green, but they are a race of dragon kin known as kobolds. And this is half decayed and rotting away, I should say. Just laying here dead.
He'll point it out. It's like, this is a kobold.
Well,
But-
that's not what we were looking for, so that's good. I'll cast detect magic.
You don't sense any magic
Okay.
within 30 feet of you. Nothing new.
Nothing new. Okay.
I'll also add that this carcass, as you're looking at it, Devar, looks like it was half eaten, partially eaten.
Oh, so that beast was eating on it.
Right. And as are you gonna thoroughly check it out, or are you just gonna leave this hulking, nasty, not hulking, but this messy carcass be and move on? You
It
did
may
retrieve your
have
arrow.
He may have something on him, so he'll look over it.
Ooh, I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm only kidding. All right, you find a little pouch.
The pouch, you say?
There's some coin in this little pouch. And as you
Mhm.
peer in, you see some tarnished, well, not really tarnished. You find 4 gold pieces. So go ahead and add 4 gold pieces to your treasure. Congratulations. Da-da-da-da. Ka-ching. I'm rich now. That's 40 silver pieces, folks. That's a lot in Pathfinder. Also, wrapped around his body, you can see, looks like a snare.
There.
Yeah, it's a little snare. If you want to take that, that might be useful. It's a spike snare.
That sounds like it'd be very useful to me.
Yeah, I know. Let me drag it to your character sheet, actually, if you're going to take it.
Yeah, he'll take the snare, definitely. It's like, this would be good. If we're ever out in the woods, I can always capture something for us.
Snares are cool.
I'm guessing these small creatures are the same thing that Dreskin saw inside the other building. Then you said they're what, kobolds? Or this is
This-
a kobold?
Devar knows that they're kobolds. He'd have to reveal that information to you.
Oh yeah, he would have been like, yeah, this is a kobold, but a very misfortunate kobold, because it's dead.
Sorry, I thought you actually announced it was a kobold. I was asking in character.
Oh yeah, he would have said in character. He's like, yeah, this obviously was a chew toy for that monster we killed.
And And then Ardreskin mentioned that he saw some smaller creatures inside the other building over there through some slits in the wall, I believe.
He couldn't really tell. He couldn't identify what it was
No,
himself.
he said they were small creatures, about
Yeah.
half height.
Yeah.
Which is probably roughly around the same height as this, right?
But he couldn't identify what he saw other than that.
Right. No, I'm hypothesizing off of him saying it was a small creature that it's possibility that they're the same.
Mm.
Oh, I get what you're meaning now. It's like it could be a possibility there's kobolds in there, or there may be blue goblins.
There it is. Spike snare.
It's always possible.
Oh. Let's see if that went to your... Yeah, it did. 2 of them. Let me get rid of 1. All right. Devar, you have a spike snare in your backpack.
All right.
You could have actually added that. I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I could have put that. I had his sheet open to look it over.
Basic snare consists of hidden spikes that rely on a creature's momentum to lacerate and potentially impale it as it enters the snare's square, dealing 2d8 piercing, that's an average of 8, damage. The creature must attempt a DC 17 basic reflex savings throw. Particularly nasty snares. So yeah, you got one. There you go. Congrats.
Yeah. You look over the snare, he's like, yeah, now I can see how this thing's kind of deadly.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So let me go back here. Dreskin snuck over to the one side. He's peering in there, and he'll relate to you that I saw these little faces in there, lots of little bodies moving around. They were moving. I must have scared them because they saw me. One of them actually peered around the arrow slit from the inside and looked right into my eyes. Obviously, I scared him. And then he screamed and ran. I couldn't tell you what it was, but he was using dark vision, so he couldn't actually tell you that it was blue, but it was definitely a dark color. If he was here next to you, he could probably look at this half-eaten carcass here and maybe tell you a little more, but he's not with you two. All right, so what do you want to do? You retrieved your arrow, found a snare, some coins.
I'm assuming we'll head back to the rest of the party.
All right.
And there's no other tracks or anything on this side, right?
No.
Kind of scanning around a little bit more. Ask guys. So Devar, do you see anything else on this side? You seem to have sharper eyes.
Okay, you can both make blind GM perception rolls for me. Since you're taking the time to do this. Devrim? Nothing more. There's no tracks that you see other than the half-eaten carcass here. Nothing really stands out. That's you, Davrim. I mean, Devar, however, something else catches your eye. As you look up over the pond itself, you see what looks like a thin cable, a rope, a strand, a vine, perhaps. And it stretches from the top of the one tower building where your friends Dreskin and Thozar are currently setting at the barricaded door. From the top of that all the way across to where you, Devar, spotted one of those creatures peer around that little bridge going over the water here. You can see it. Actually, let me grab your token and drag it on there so you got a better view of what I'm talking about. Let's see, Devar. put you right here. And while you're here, you could actually peek through those little slits too if you want. And Davram, let me bring you over as well. And I'll unpause the game. Now don't go crazy here and move anywhere you want. You're kind of restricted, but you can't move into the water, for instance. But yeah, go ahead and move yourself around if you'd like. And up on that bridge, what was I going to say? Oh, that's where the other end of the strand goes. To the top of that building structure. Could be just a vine. You don't know, but you do notice it. It stands out because it's like the only little strand or vine doing such a thing. Other than that, and what you can see by peering through the portals. Now, if at any time, I should have stated this earlier on, if at any time somebody wants to light a torch, please tell me and I will light your torch for you. But you got to remember to deduct your torch and keep track of it.
Okay.
You can put light on me, but it's just light.
What do you mean? Do you want the torch lit?
It's not a torch. It's a spell. Light.
Oh.
Acts like a torch though.
He's peering through one of these like slit holes in the wall and just seeing if he can pick anything out.
You guys can move where you want.
And then he will point out that vine, whatever it is above them. It's like, I don't know what that is, but
I'll
it's
take
weird.
a look up and see if I can see what he's talking about.
Yeah, you can see it now. It's still daylight, remember? That's
So it's kind of like a zip line.
It could be. What would be using it? I don't know. Maybe those little creatures. I don't know. But it extends from the one rooftop over the pond and to the opposite rooftop where this little bridge is. But,
Okay, so between that first area and then the building that we're standing in front of the slits.
No, not that building where you are. Do you see where the bridge is? Let me ping it. Right there. That's the bridge I'm talking about. And right about here is where the vine kind of goes. See, it runs from where I'm currently pinged all the way over to where Thozar and the other two are back here. Okay. Over the pond. And it's about 12 foot up.
Okay. Well, looking through here, I see a relatively kind of rubble and structure. Or inside, there's definitely broken stuff. Some stairs. I don't see anything moving though.
And by the way, the torch only sheds light 40 feet. Okay. So the reason why you're able to see farther than that is because it's still daylight out. It's just a little dark. You know, it's not complete darkness. So you are actually able to see further. Just so you know. If I turn your torch off, that's what it looks like, essentially. So you really didn't need the torch. Okay. What would you like to do now? Head back to the party, or are we going to do a split the party thing here?
No, let's go meet up with everybody.
Yeah, we'll go back to the party.
Alrighty, let's get you off the map. You guys have regathered. You will have to reorganize your marching order, as now you have a fourth member. Right now I have from left to right, front to back, Dreskin, Davrin, Thozar. Where do you want to be there? Davrin?
I Probably be in about the middle of the group.
Do you want to be in single file? Single file with Dreskin leading the way?
Yeah, that might be easier.
Okay.
And while they
Dreskin,
were over,
go ahead.
while they
Did
were
Zach
over
have
there,
to go?
yeah, he did.
Okay.
While they were over there, I'm gonna look around where I'm at to see if I can find some small pebbles, little rocks, and collect about 10 of them.
No problem. No check required for that. Put that in your
Then I'm gonna-
inventory or make a note.
Yep, and then I'm going to cast light on one of them and put it into a pouch.
Okay. Devrim, do you want to be second after Dreskin?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Thozar. All right, Thozar and Devor. Who's last?
I'll probably be last because I'm just wearing nothing but regular clothes for the most part.
Okay.
Well, I can be last, and you can be in front of me because I have armor, and I can kind of see in the dark as well.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay, let me make sure I got these values here. You can peek through the barricade. I'm going to get to Patrick in a second here. You can peek over the barricade. It'll probably take a little bit of effort, a few minutes to make enough room for you to pass through. But this looks like it was recently put here. This little makeshift barricade. You can easily get through this. Dreskin should have no problem. It's just going to take a minute or so. And you can actually peek through some of the openings. And I will open the door, and you'll be able to see in there. Let me see
So
if I
what's
hold
straight
control.
back? Does that match up with the other side? Is that another barricade or is it an actual door?
That is another barricade. I mean, there's like boxes and rubble and old beams, little hinges. The door that was previously here. Looks like the doors were smashed in, actually, or rotted, and have been thrown into a barricade along with all this other mess of stuff. Keep out intruders. From what you can tell, it looks pretty dusty and dank in there. There is a foul smell, too. Something like latrine type of smell. But, yeah.
Do we want to, since we're getting through this barricade, do we want to put all the stuff into the pond? So, because I'm thinking the little guys have been building stuff here. And if they're going to build it again, let's make them work for it.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So we'll start moving some of the debris out of the way and throwing it into the pond. Enough where they can't make something that could hamper us if we have to make a hasty withdrawal.
I was muted all that time. Damn it. Yeah, you can. It'll take a little extra time to do that. That's about it. You can, assuming you're being a little bit stealthy, trying not to draw any attention. Yeah, you should be able to do that. I'll mark off the time. And you can now pass through. Do you wish to enter this new little chamber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you-
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Let's see here. Swaths of mildew and mold cover the damp surfaces of this somewhat watchtowery type of building, appearing as green and black smears on the dull stone walls. Door frames in the walls to the north and south. Obviously, the doors have rotted, the portals being barricaded. Doesn't seem to be any furniture laying around other than what was piled against the door. There is, to the left, some foul-smelling heaps of gray-colored lumps to the left. Thick sheets of dusty cobwebs hang from above, obscuring a clear view to the ceiling itself. And of course, what light there is outside is coming through the little arrow slits and the portal you just entered. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything in here.
Does it look like the barricades have been set up from the outside to the in versus like being from the inside to the out?
It looks like they were set up from the inside. So whatever was on the inside put up that barricade to block intruders from coming in. Now, the doors across from you, it looks like the reverse is true. It looks like something vacated the room and then put up the barricade. Let me move you over there. What would you like to do? If you want, I'll let you peer through that barricade. There is enough room to peek through that as well.
Yeah. Thought so. So this goes to that bridge that we saw from the other side.
Exactly. You see a bridge with some chains on it. Again, you'd have to take this barricade apart. You just do it real quick. It'll take you less than a minute, well, about a minute or so, to clear a path to be able to get through this. But again, there is no door. If there was doors here, they were long rotted away or smashed in. And they're not very good barricades, by the way.
Yeah, let's just hurry up and get it moved to the side, because this place is rank.
Okay, that'll take some more time. Of course, you guys, you do have that light spell. How long is that good for? You know, I'll let you
So,
take
like-
that back if you want, because like I said, it's still daylight. You really don't need it yet.
I can cast it as much as I want, and it lasts until I cast it again, or I meditate for new spells. So 24 hours.
All right. In that case, I'm going to put your torch on. Just because everything will show brighter. We'll give away your position. All right. Okay, so you clear that away? Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. Just want to make sure. A wooden drawbridge, its timbers gray with age and decay, spans this 20-foot gap between the outbuilding, where you stand, and a sprawling ruin on the island that the Gauntlet sets upon. Rusty iron chains hang from the ruin's northern wall, the wall opposite to you, to the drawbridge's southern side, where you are. The chains look ready to fall apart, however, giving the drawbridge's structural integrity an extra layer of dubiousness. You stand in the southern part. Devar, your keen perception and wits immediately brings to your attention the underside or sides of the drawbridge look like they have been cut into with blades. This is an obvious sabotage to those not paying attention when they cross, making the bridge somewhat even more dangerous to cross. How do you want to handle this, my friends? The brave fellowship.
We need to be careful going across this bridge, because somebody did set us up. And he'll point out, so like, the ropes and everything that were sawed into. So,
Okay.
I think if all of us don't walk across at once, we should be fine. Don't hold me to that.
One of you guys played part of this adventure module before, didn't you? Somebody told me that. Who was it?
I watched it, but I forgot what happened with the party did with the bridge.
Oh, that's right. You watched the other episodes, so you know how they got in here.
I forgot this part.
Okay, that's all fun. I changed stuff anyway, but this part I didn't. At least yet. I think I'm gonna change it now. They roll the dice here. Go ahead.
With the debris, is there anything long enough that we could place on the bridge itself to help with structural, to disperse weight,
No.
like any planks or anything? So it's all very small, chunky stuff.
Yeah.
We were able to get to the other side of this bank to check out that body.
Mm-hmm.
We could potentially go to the other side and try and skit around the edge. Yeah, around the edge.
Well, how far of a fall is it then?
Not far at all. You just hop right in, maybe a few feet.
Oh,
The water itself, I believe, is. Let me double check the water depth where you guys currently are, that you could tell. Oh, if this would open. Come on, open. There you go. Okay.
Could we just go around the edge, closer to the other side of the drawbridge? And bypass the middle of the bridge entirely?
Let me put you right here just to peek. Give you an idea what it looks like. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, so you're looking at about a 10-foot jump. If you wanted to jump across, the water looks like it's more than 2 feet deep where you're at. You could do like you were thinking of, is hop down from this side and cross to the other side where you were before. You could do that, but it'll be a little rough here on the far side, getting around this one corner closest to the bridge itself. Whatever you want to try, it's up to you. Whatever you can think of. Or you could try running across the bridge. You could try throwing each other across the bridge. Or just taking a running leap, or climbing down a little bit and hopping across. Whatever you want to try. Who drew that?
I did. That's the route I was proposing.
Mm-hmm. That's an
Um,
option.
I'm not the strongest one to really jump. Um, hmm. Does anybody have a grappling hook?
We could try it. It's good rules fun. I think it's acrobatics or athletics. The jump. I think you can jump pretty far with a athletics check. You could just try it one at a time for fun.
Hop on over because it looks like that. We have 2 points where it's about 5 to 7 feet roughly, maybe a little bit more. But even if we did get onto the other bank, we have to veer across to that front door. What I'm wondering is if there's a possibility there's another entrance somewhere. Because it looks like to the right, the, from what I can tell, it looks like the building goes directly over the water. And maybe it connects to that other building where all the little guys are. Does that look right? Because if it is, we could probably go where they are and see if we can get access that way. Otherwise, we could go over to the left and go around the corner and see if there's an entry point there.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a lighthouse. I mean, it's not necessarily. It's kind of weird that there's so many arrow slits for a lighthouse.
I don't think
But
this is a lighthouse.
you know what? It's got a light fixture up on top, but
This this is more defended than a lighthouse.
yeah, it definitely
Yeah,
is.
these might just be the ruins. They're not actually the gauntlet itself.
Hmm.
The gauntlet, the gauntlet that you see from a distance, that is the actual lighthouse. That is a pristine tower that rises almost 100 feet. But what you're in right now, this is like fallen in towers and walls, a small fortress essentially that has rotted over time. And according to what you have heard, there was a great battle here where Belcora was defeated.
Okay. So with
So-
that makes sense then with the arrow slits. I'm thinking if this building we just went through and the one off to the side is a little bit decrepit, there's a chance that there's another opening somewhere. We just have to find it if there is one. And so I'm thinking if we get across instead of going directly through that door, and I'm putting air quotes up, we can probably go to the left and follow the terrain and see if there's another opening there. I don't know. It's an option.
So you want to scout the outside of the tower or the building or structure.
I think that might be a good idea just to see what options we have available before we throw ourselves at one.
Sure. Let's stick together. I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
You going to the left?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what we're going to do is probably. Well, do we want to jump across the water, or do we want to head back out through the barricaded building and walk around the structures to see what we can see?
I don't think it matters which way we go as long as we just go a direction.
Okay, then yeah, let's make the jump and go to the left.
Are you jumping from one side of the bridge to the other?
I'm seeing if I can mark it. Here, I'll do this. I'm thinking we go. Oh, that's not doing what I think it would do. Following the path to our direct left, we go to the square that's about 20 feet to the left and 5 down, and then we jump across and then go. Yeah,
Like that.
exactly.
Okay. You have no trouble hopping down from this side of the bridge. It's not going to be an issue. You can skirt along without any issue. You might set foot in the water a little bit, but whoops, I'm still drawing. It's not what I wanted to do. But yeah, you won't have any problem doing that. And you can get to this point here.
Awesome. That's exactly where I was thinking.
And that's going to be well over a little bit over 5 feet. Let's see.
Go directly over there.
Do you want to just wade into the water and take a chance? Or do you want to just try to jump it to stay dry?
Try to jump out.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check. Everybody that's jumping. We'll start with... well, we'll start one at a time here. Who wants to go first? Dreskin's up first. Let me roll for him. Dreskin's going to make a check, and that'll be followed by Davram. Let's see if Dreskin can make it without falling. Getting all wet. It's an athletics check. Oh, Davram rolled a 5. Dreskin rolled a 13. All right, Dreskin has no problem getting across. He was first. Davram, you were next. Unfortunately, you just get to the top, your feet splash and sink into the mud, and just in time, Dreskin reaches around and grabs you from falling back into the water. And Thozar, go ahead and make your roll.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, my HUD disappeared.
Yeah, you don't have the HUD when he's got us on the overall token. You have to actually open up your character sheet to roll.
Yeah, but the okay. I'm trying to figure out how to open up my character sheet because I've always done it from the icon.
On the right,
You,
go to actors directory. It's the little
It's the one that
silhouette
looks like
of
a
a guy.
person.
Got it.
You'll see it.
Okay.
Just double click it. There you go.
Okay, we're doing an athletics, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
The good old fashioned way of doing it. Blasted character sheets. I hate them. Yeah.
Hi.
What'd you get?
I got a 1.
Oh no.
I'm going in the drink.
Yeah, I let Davram get away with it, but not this time. You jumped a little bit too quick right behind Dreskin. No one can grab you in time, and you fall backwards into the water. But they're able to reach and pull you back up to shore. It's not a big dangerous thing. It's only about 2 or 3 feet where you're at, and you pull yourself back in, but you are soaking wet.
I can go ahead and cast Prestidigitation.
There you
and,
go.
dry him out.
Devar, you smirk to yourself. You're up next. Show them how it's done. Make that athletics roll.
I'm not
Oh,
trying
it's
to get
muddy
that
there.
It's only like 6, 7 feet. Come on. Rah!
Yeah, it's
I wish
muddy
I
there.
could use acrobatics.
Want to do a tumble through? 16. Hooah! You lift yourself and fly through the air with grace and land. 3 point. Excellent. No problem at all. You almost land on top of... Who almost fell in? Thozar. You almost land on top of Thozar. Sending him back into the drink again. But no, all is good. You made it. You're on the other side. Now the game isn't paused. You can move yourself around. Just don't go crazy, you know. Use the arrow keys. In fact, it would actually be better. That way you're moving one block at a time. Who wants to be the mover?
Whoever's doing it now.
Yeah, who's ever doing it now?
That's me.
Oh, yeah.
Peering through the little arrow slits.
A lot of rubble here.
Yeah,
Right
but I think
there.
we have your entrance you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on a second. Let me see if there's a way to get in there. Let me pause this. Let me look really quick. Because you definitely see some fallen debris in the wall right here. Yes, you do. Okay. But you can move.
Okay.
We can move through that debris if you want. See what's there. You'll get to a point where you can't move any further. It's going to take some effort to get up and over that. So if you want to do that, you have to tell me, and let's see what we can do. But you can definitely get into this little chamber area right here from here. This is a fallen part of the wall.
Rubble.
Yeah. And as you approach it, you see from underneath the stone, you see a leg. It's a long, another like one of those frog-like creatures, but this one is much bigger. And it looks like some of the rubble partly has fallen on it and is covering it, but it stinks and it's rotten. As you get closer and closer to it, to the point where you are now, yeah, there's some flies lingering around it. Do you want to keep moving forward? It's pretty nasty.
No, we'll continue around the outside, I think, right?
Yeah, let's see how far we can get.
Okay, let me put you back down here. All right.
Whoa.
Oh, what happened? Did you slip through a gap? What did
Maybe.
What did you do? You broke my map.
I think I probably pushed a direction arrow while you were moving me, and it slid me through a
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah. I had one of my other players in the other campaign. He found a little hole in the wall somewhere. He was wandering all over my map and I didn't know it. We're sitting here role playing and having a good time. And it says, "Oh, by the way," we found a little gap in the wall.
Okay, so we're going to continue to the north around the outside here.
You know who I'm talking about, Lazy. Go ahead. And I see a lot of debris when you peek inside. It looks like a lot of the ceilings have fallen in. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much what you're seeing.
This is another structure. There's a door on this side. Oh, there's a door over there too. So we'll move up. I'm just curious about this outside building. Is there a door here? Is this an actual door or is it another?
That's a door which I have locked. Just in case you accidentally open it. I don't want you to. But yeah.
That's fine.
That is, I believe that is a door, yes. Yeah.
So it's a normal door.
Mhm.
Looks like it's locked.
Huh.
I will. Does it have a normal like locking mechanism, or does it look like it's barred?
I'm reading it now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Wasn't expecting you guys to go all the way around the damn thing, but yeah, we can do that.
Huh.
Yeah, these are little doors. You can open them. They're pretty much rotted. You can just push your way through it. I will unlock them. But no, I'll keep them locked until you want to actually enter it. But yeah, you're right next to one. There
Okay.
is actually back here, kind of bypassed it. Let me see, right there, if you look at the ping,
Hmm.
you see what looks like was a little campfire.
Oh.
And there's embers, relatively fresh, burning nearby in this little campfire here. So when you came upon this, you did see that. And it's also this part of the building. If I could click on you and move you back, for some reason it's not letting me. Yeah. If you move back here, you'll see right here, it's kind of ruined. This part of the building has fallen in a little bit. And somebody made a little campfire here. And then as you moved up into this area, you could see what looks like, well, there's a door right here, obviously, and there's also a little boat hinged to a little dock around the corner that you can just see. Yeah, but if you want to go through one of those doors, again, you could probably just push them in. You can do so. Just tell me and I'll unlock it.
Did you say a campfire?
Yeah.
Devar, do you have any idea how recent that campfire site is?
Still some embers in it. Oh, it has to be semi-recent.
Yeah, if it's still kind of warm, it can't be that old.
You want to check it out with a
Yeah.
survival check?
Yeah, I
Would
can
it be
do
survival or nature? What would that be?
That's
Recall knowledge survival? Well,
I-
regardless, make a survival check. We'll use that.
okay.
This could be, well, it should be private or GM blind.
See, I'm blind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't.
That's okay.
I won't.
Okay, roll it again and make it private. Or blind, I should say, not private.
Yeah, I have it set to blind right now.
Okay. This one counts. Go for it.
Yep, and it says blind.
Hmm. Okay. I thought I was ready for this. Hold on, I gotta reference something else. Yeah, it looks like in the past 24 hours this was lit. Right in the bottom of it, there's some burning embers. Somebody was camped out here within the day. You can find a
So-
few little bits and pieces of bones where somebody was eating something, like maybe a chicken or something, and thrown into the fire. Yeah, that's about it.
I would like to take a look at those bones, please, to see if I can recognize what type.
What type of bone?
Yeah, like is it chicken bone or a human bone or a halfling bone or?
Recall knowledge? Nature check.
Would medicine work?
Not really. You're trying to identify the creature, right?
Yeah, I just want to know what type of bone it is.
Okay, in that respect, maybe it makes sense to do medicine.
Okay.
Either one, whichever one you want, I'll tell you the result based on what you used.
Okay, I'm going to use medicine. Public roll?
No.
No. Okay,
Blind.
you got it.
And you used medicine, and what exactly were you trying to find out?
I'm trying to ID the bone type, like if it's first if it's humanoid and if I can figure out if it's like a human or an elf or anything like that.
Poultry. This looks like you can find like a wing and a leg. It looks like it was poultry.
Oh, so it was smaller bones then?
Mm-hmm. Smaller bones.
Okay.
Like somebody was
Okay.
eating.
Okay. And do we see any like visible tracks on the ground to see where these whoever had this went or came from?
You want to make a survival check? Because it's not really that obvious. It's obvious somebody was here. But if you want to look for, oh, here's a set of tracks. I can see it's going this way. That's going to take a little bit of a check because somebody was here and they were muffling around. So it's not easy to see exactly discernible prints going somewhere.
Right. Well, that in the rain.
But if you want, go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay.
Maybe you'll pick up on a footprint here or there. Maybe they were orcs, goblins, slurks. The odd foot, it looks like a human-sized boot here and there, but you can't find any tracks going in any direction in particular. But you do see one or two boot imprints.
Hey guys, take a look at this. It looks like whoever had a campfire here, I mean, obviously it was intelligent, but there's a boot here. I don't know where these are going.
Maybe Devar can help you with that.
Footprint, you say?
Yeah, right here. I don't know where they headed off, though. This is the only one I could find.
I mean, I can certainly try to discern where they went. It's only one footprint, right?
Yeah, you might
That's
see
all
two. That's it, but there's no, at least, well, you go ahead and describe it. Those are, I told you.
Yeah, it's only two prints here, but I can't tell where they're heading off to. I don't see any others.
That's strange, though, that you only see two. There should be plenty more. It's like somebody up and just poofed. I mean, I'll look around more to see if I can see anything else.
All right, if
So,
you want, you can also make a survival check to pick up on any signs or clues around the campfire itself. Go ahead and make a private or a blind GM roll. Survival. I'll let you know. Hard to say. It's pretty much what you've discovered so far. Is you got a couple boot marks, maybe a third one. You also find where somebody was sitting, a little pile of rocks, a little makeshift table, and some chicken bones. Somebody was camped out here for sure. But there's no way, you can't tell if there was any tracks left behind going anywhere in particular. Again, because of the rain and mainly because of the rain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell with all the rain.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm wondering if the ones we're looking for, if they left this here or not, but I don't know. I have a funny feeling they might not have. It doesn't look like there's enough bones here for 5 people. I mean, I could be wrong, but
While we're here, let's find out.
yep.
Devar, as you're looking and searching around, you're almost positive you heard some kind of laughing or cackling voice, high-pitched, coming off to the right. Perhaps it was in the tower or in the ruins. Perhaps it was outside and in the distance. You're not sure. But you swear you heard something laughing. And then it faded away.
I have a feeling something may be watching us.
I just hope it's not more boars.
I don't think boars can laugh.
Well, okay. Good point. um, where did you hear this?
Uh, Somewhere off in the distance. I can't quite pin it. It was cackling, all right. It may be the monsters. It may be an old lady that's about to kill us.
Great. Well, do we want to keep traversing, see if we can find any other way to get into this main building first before we venture off? I mean, I'm thinking we should probably cover the most likely path, which would be through that front door. But since we're over here, and obviously another way in would make things easier on us, like that door.
Yeah, we should check out the door first and go through these ruins and see if we can find anything. That's one over there on the right. I don't know about this one on the left right now. Let's if you want to check here first and see what we can find. And then go into the ruins. Let's check this door first and then go inside.
Sounds good.
All right, go ahead and open it up. You can just push your way through the door. It's not barricaded, it's a door, but it's all rotted, fallen off its hinges. You can click that door and it should open. Unless I locked it again. Yeah, I did. There you go.
Oh.
I'll put you right in the doorway. Bonk. And let's see if I got some flavor text. Nope, wrong one. Darn it. Let's open this one. The southern portion of the stone-walled building has collapsed, and you can see that better now from the inside as you peer through the portal. It has collapsed into rubble, exposing what remains of what looks like a boathouse, exposed to the elements. Shelves line the wall, and there is a boat, another boat, which is decayed into a heap of rot and moss, and that's right in front of you. But other than that, you don't see anything, just the rubble and rotted wood, one of which is shaped like a boat. Unlock that other door. And there's another portal to your right as you face inside the building.
And does that door look like it's in serviceable repair, like we can open it?
From a distance here, you're about 15 less feet away. That looks similar to the one you just pushed through. It looks pretty much rotted.
Okay.
You could go up and examine it if you wish.
I'm guessing it's just gonna open towards that side. It's kind of weird, but I'm not as interested unless you guys are.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to peer in as long as we don't go too far.
Okay.
I don't see the problem with it. Oh,
Whoop, I did that. I'm trying to click on the token. There you go. Whoop. Do you want to go up to the other door?
yep.
I think, yeah.
Um, just a pier or a dock. Alright.
Much of the
So this
wooden
is-
pier before you has collapsed into the swamp itself, leaving about 10 feet of moldy, soggy boards all spread out before you. A rowboat, you can see, is tied.
Yeah, that doesn't look safe.
Although I will say it does look like this part where the boat is attached looks a little bit more repaired, as if somebody had repaired it. The part where the boat is tied to the pier looks like somebody did some makeshift work here, hammering some extra fresh wood here and there.
Does the boat itself that's in the swamp look like it's been repaired, or
Yeah, it looks
Does it
like
look
it's in
like
good
it's-
condition, actually.
okay? So obviously someone's here using all this. Okay. Well, unless you guys have anything you want to do in this little area, I think we should proceed.
Is the boat of human naked mostly? Does it look like, or
It's just a boat.
boat? Anything left in it?
You want to go up and check it out? Is that what
Guess
you're
so.
saying? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Davram leaves the party and he moves up to the boat. And yeah, it looks like it's in good shape. The rope looks relatively new, actually, and the boat itself looks seaworthy. And yeah, it looks like there's a sack laying there towards the middle of the boat.
Okay. I'll go and step into the boat.
You step off into the boat.
Take a quick look at that sack.
All right. It looks like relatively, it's not rotted, put it to you that way. And as you grab hold of it, peer inside, there's definitely something inside, and it actually smells pretty good. You find some smoked salmon, shaped with a doughy exterior wrapped around it.
Are you going to take someone's lunch?
I am not going to take somebody's lunch. That's just rude.
I
I
think
just
you're
wanted
going
to
to take-
see.
You're
No,
going to take
I'm
someone's
not.
lunch.
I would take it. It's free food.
Well, it's not free. It's stealing.
How can it be stealing if there's nobody here?
Yeah, I don't see no
Well,
one.
Somebody's had to have attended. It's a relatively nice boat. They did some work here.
Well,
No, I'm gonna leave it for now. I just wanted to see if there was anything identifying it as more of a humanoid, or something else.
Now this looks like it was fresh fish wrapped in a pastry roll. It looks really tasty. Relatively
rather
fresh.
delightful, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
I-
anyone make this back in town
Well,
in Otari?
I don't know. You want to take a look at it?
Yeah, hold it
Yeah,
up
let-
so I can see it.
Got a salmon roll here with some breading. I don't know. It's kind of a little bit nice.
make a recall knowledge society check.
I think
This-
don't you have Society Otari or whatever?
I have Otari.
You mean lore?
Yeah, Otari lore. But I think that's more history, isn't it?
Whichever one you want to use, society or lore, you can use for this. Whichever is highest, basically. Just make a blind roll.
Okay.
In your time in Otari, fish are a big thing. They're a feast. The people of Otari love them. You know this. You've checked out a few of the different inns that prepare food, including the Crow's Casks. But also the Crook's Nook. You have frequented at least once or twice. You recognize this pastry. It has the markings of the Crook's Nook. That's exactly the way you've seen food of this nature served. Fish in a pastry. Quite unique to the Crook's Nook.
That's kind of weird and freaky in a way, considering that's where we're staying. So we know that someone recently left there to come up here, and it's only one serving. Does it look like it's
Just
a couple or just one?
Just
So
one. There's also a couple potatoes, some turnips, in a separate little bag inside the bag, and that's about it. Somebody's
you're
meal.
saying it smells really, really good too. So it's not like a couple of days old. This is like recent. Ah. Okay, well, we know that someone's around here. I mean, like, super recent around here.
And you're both in the boat right now, right?
I was on the dock. I just wanted to see it. I didn't want to get in the boat itself.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one in the boat at the moment.
Yeah,
All
'cause I'm
right.
thinking it's not big enough for both of us.
Okay. All right, so you found that little sack there of goodies. You don't see any more sacks or containers, at least in this portion of the boat, as far as you can tell. It's not like you're searching the whole entire thing, but you get the gist. What would you like to do?
With that, I'll leave the sack and get out of the boat.
You need help out?
I hope not.
Okay, then I'll get out of your way. I head back, walk into the little boat outing building, and
Oops. Darn it. I can't click on the damn token. Sitting right on the door. There. Yeah, thank you. That's what I should have done. Use the arrow keys. All right. So yeah, these doors are pretty much pushed in and ruined. So we'll leave them open. All right. Now where?
I'm guessing we want to kind of peruse the rest of the outside of this building before trying to find going through a specific way in, or do we want to try this door across the way?
well, that's your guys' call, but I do think we should close the doors that we just left open.
Well,
so
they're
whoever
rotted.
comes back.
They're
Broke
rotted
them in.
through. You can't close them.
Oh, okay, they're broken. Okay, never mind. We can either continue or, I mean, we got a couple of options already. We got this door in front of us. We got the big hole on the side, or we can continue forward with the original plan.
Let's just look around this tower just a little bit further and then come back and check this door.
Okay.
There's also a bridge right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a bunch of bridges. Yeah, so let's try, I guess, this door. Gosh. Unless you guys want to go further around the outside.
Either. Doesn't matter to me.
Did you want to go inside? Let's go inside the ruins first before we explore the outside.
Right, I was saying.
Right here at this door? All right. Give me a second here. This door, as you approach, actually looks in excellent condition, as seems to be the case with the actual gauntlet itself. This is, in fact, the gauntlet base, and this is a doorway into that gauntlet. This particular door also has, at head height level of a human, a little round hole. And inside this hole is a window of glass, and behind this window are iron bars. Which means you should be able to peek through that. But it's all fogged, the glass. You cannot see through it at all. But it is a little window. There's actually a lever on the door. It doesn't seem to have a lock or anything, but who knows?
I'm gonna check the door to see if there's anything trapped about it.
Okay, you're going to make a perception check.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be. Seems to be a normal door.
Okay.
Don't even see any locks or anything. You just hit the lever.
I'll try and hit that lever.
Go ahead and open it.
No, take action. The game's currently paused.
Actually, I could open it for you. All right, and that's what you see. Let me move you in a little bit as you peer around so you can get a better look at what's inside. The smooth walls of this circular room are painted of a light gray, with no indication of seams between blocks of stone. It's quite astounding, actually. A set of iron stairs winds upward. You can see it just opposite of you. Winds upward along the curved walls before terminating. It looks like a trap door of sorts at the top. You could just make it out from here. However, the ceiling is nearly 100 feet up. However, directly in front of you, 15 feet from you, is something more harrowing. There lies on the floor a red, glistening blood stain, right in the center of the chamber. As though a human-sized creature bled to death on the floor very recently, despite there being no body in sight. What do you do?
All right, so investigate the room for sure. Does the kind of look to Throzar? This is kind of a little bit more up your alley, maybe.
Yeah, obviously that's not dried. It's looks fairly recent from what I can tell. I'm gonna go take a closer look at the blood in order to determine how long ago this has left a body.
And I'll provide him cover. You check that, or kind of semi-check the door to the south.
The thing that gets me is there's also no body, and there's no. It doesn't look like if there was when the body was here. Nothing dragged it, which means someone picked it up.
No, and we don't see anything on the ceiling, right?
It's 100 feet up.
Throw your light stone.
Well, I could throw it up there, but it's not going to stay. It's going to just come back down. Well, with it going that high up, does it go into darkness, or we're able to see the top? I'm assuming we can see the top.
It's still relatively daylight.
Okay.
So,
So there's light coming into this building from other areas.
yeah, little slits in the walls. That's just enough light to come in. And plus where you
So
are.
the ceiling seems clear, though. There's not anything hanging up there and
No.
dripping blood down or anything like that.
No. Those are, what's on your token? What is that icon?
Oh, that should have come off.
What is that?
That's from the shield spell.
Oh,
There.
there it is. And I assume Devar and Dreskin are at the doorway, keeping their eyes
Yeah.
peeled.
Yep.
It's a little bit after mid-noon now, so you've got, as far as daylight is concerned, another hour or two before it starts to go down. Maybe dusk in 3 hours. Just to give you some perspective on things. You do have your light spell going, so you won't be thrust into darkness, but just to let you know.
Yeah.
Now your light spell, it works exactly like a torch from your
Yeah.
little rock.
Here, I'll throw it into chat for you.
The object glows, casting light, 20-foot radius, dim light for another 20 feet like a torch. If you cast the spell again on a second object, the light spell on the first object ends. Yeah, that's all. So you just hold the little thing. Got to keep it handy. Okay.
Yeah, we got two of them going right now. The one on my rock and the other one is on the hammer, because we both can
I
light.
recast it on myself earlier.
Oh, okay. So you got light on you, and I got light in my pocket, basically.
Yeah.
So this room is really lit up.
Light in your pocket, or you're just happy to see me?
Oh, I'm so happy.
It's too.
Checking this door, does it seem to be trapped, locked? Anything special with it?
All right, let me get to that. Let's see if it says.
We'll have to head outside too. I didn't realize.
Okay. This from this side, there is. It doesn't look like it's locked. You can actually turn this lever and open it. But there's definitely a latch preventing anyone from the opposite side from getting through.
So it actually feels like it's locked from this side.
Locked from from this side, you're good.
It's barred
you can
from
go
this
out.
side.
Yeah. So you could pass through it right now if you wanted to, but if you were on the other side, you couldn't. At least, if it's locked, there's an obvious lock there. You control the lock. Devar, did you say you have to go?
Yes, I do.
All right. We'll let these two do a little bit more rooting around, but I won't let them go too far because we want to set this up for the next session. So if you want to drop
Okay.
out now, you can. I'm not going to let them go too far after this.
We can go ahead and pause here. Then. I mean, we're down to
Uh,
just those are and me.
Now, let me look and see. Well, here, let me just finish this up and we'll call it. Again, there is this blood stain in the middle of the room. It looks like a human-sized person had died here. Thozar, you approach it cautiously and look over it, and it looks as fresh as can be, like somebody died within minutes. There's no body, and as you stare at it, every once in a while you see it ripple. Like as if somebody had dropped a little stone. And then it goes motionless once again.
So there's a vibration of some type. Is
Davram?
that how it's acting?
Davram, you've moved up to the one door in the south. You can see that somebody has the potential to lock this from the inside, so nobody outside can get in. You could pass through if you so desire. And Devar, Dreskin, watching cautiously in the back, especially Devar, he did hear some cackling laughter. Paying attention to that, you don't hear it, Devar. All is silent, as silent as a fog fen can be. And of course, finally, as you look at the stairs and how they wind almost 100 feet up, again, you can just barely see it, but you can see where the end point is of these spiraling stairs. There is this like a hatch or something at the top. You don't know if it's locked or whatever, no clue. You'd have to go up and investigate. And also, one more thing is that these steps look very, very rickety. What would you like to do? And that we will pick up next session.
Okay, great. Yeah.
All right, so there we go. Davin, if you got to go, my friend, or not Davin, Devar, God. But yeah.
Yes, I have to go, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Did some things I wasn't prepared for. Actually, I wasn't prepared for any of this tonight. My God. No, it was good. I loved it. And as far as the next session is concerned, probably this week before we... It all depends. I might have to do something and I won't even be online for 5 days straight. It all depends on how that works. I'll let everybody know Monday. But, and also, if I run a session for the other players that missed it, I might put that off just so we can play again, because I think we're at a good point to do so. And they could always join anyway. The only one really missing is Thozar's wife, really. I could bring her into this at any point. But I'll let you know on Monday if I'm going to be available Monday through Friday next week. If not, then there won't be any session that week. But maybe Saturday. So maybe we should aim for something like a Saturday.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Yeah, same here.
And yeah, and if I'm free, and this is for you, Thozar, Don, tell your wife that if I'm free earlier this week, I will have another session to kind of bring her into the storyline, as well as anybody else that wants to participate in that. Like Devar, we could do a little prequel where you met maybe his wife, and that went on because she's a nature type individual as well. Work well. We'll see. But I'll let you know. And I got to find out what's going on Monday, and then I'll get back in touch with you guys if I'm going to have another session before the end of the week, or if we're just going to wait until Saturday to get together and do this. Okay.
All right. Fine by me, but it was really fun though. Like,
Yeah. Favorite moment?
missing my first shot.
Yeah. Right over his head.
With a natural one.
I'll tell you one thing, your die rolls, they were pretty crappy in the beginning. I mentioned that, but boy, were you rolling good afterwards. Yeah.
It's like my third time playing a ranger, so
They're all about that hunting shot and hunted prey thing. I mean, they all have that, and that's a pretty powerful thing. So, yeah, I don't think you've used it yet, though, have you?
nope, because it takes 2 actions for me to do that.
No.
But I will soon.
Yes. Next time, indeed.
But I shall see you all hopefully next Saturday.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, man. I enjoyed it.
Cheers. Have a good night.
We'll see you then.
Anybody else have questions or anything before we wrap
I
it?
think so.
Nope.
This video I'm going to keep private and edit because it was just horrible in the beginning, but it's actually 2 videos. I broke it up.
Yeah, poor technical difficulties.
Yeah, it really bogged my gameplay down a lot. But I feel bad for Patrick and Byron because they were, there's a lot going on there, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to get to them, but just with stuff.
You're closing in, but I'll tell you right now, some things are going on. You don't know what you're in for, but we'll see.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
We'll see.
Adventure.
Giants and glass bottles and everything.
And doing things
Oh.
you're not expecting us to do.
Uh-huh. Yeah, going around the whole perimeter and mapping that out before we go inside. the first room you go into is the gauntlet itself. Makes sense. But keep in mind your objective. You just want to find those guys and get out.
Yep. Well, that's what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they met a gruesome end here. That blood.
It's possible. Yeah. That, and what gets me is the solitary campfire with the chicken bones and someone's lunch for today.
Mm-hmm. Somebody was out there. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go get something to eat and finish my night off.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Take care, Davram. Take care, my friend. Thozar. Till next time, toodaloos.
Have a good night.